good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening to you, the good people of the tube. Hope you're well today, hope you're feeling grand and all is well in your world. Today's vid, everybody, is about the glorious Fender Deluxe Reverb Tone Master. You've seen me do the unboxing of this amp, and I was blown away then. And just to let you know, I was that blown away that day I did the unboxing, I bought this amp. It wasn't going back. This was very kindly sent to me by Mr. Lee at Anderton's for review. And as soon as I was playing through it, I was like, this isn't going anywhere. I'm keeping this. So I've bought it, people of the tube, and it's now mine, and I love it to bits. And it's just, this is my favourite Fender amp at this point in time, bar none. Sorry Fender Stage, and sorry Fender Showman, but wow. I mean, the thing is too, it sounds and feels exactly like an old Deluxe. I've been quite lucky. I've played through a lot of original Deluxes. I demoed a 66 back when I was at Old Hat. I demoed it 2014, I think it was, and that was the best one we had. The others were okay, but that one was the best one we had. It was amazing. But and this one does exactly the same thing. It's just immense. Apart from this has got a nicer reverb. The reverb in the original was a bit haggard, and it was alright, but it wasn't as good as the reverb in this. The reverb in this is stunning. It's just incredible. Same as the tremolo / vibrato. It's just amazing. And I don't think I've turned this amp off volume on 10. I've just had this thing cranked the entire time I've had it, because you can use the attenuator in the back. So let's quickly talk about what the Tone Master is. I mean, I'm sure you all know, but let's just do it anyway, just very quickly before we get into playing and messing around even more with this thing. So the Tone Master is basically Fender's first kind of like foray into amp modelling. So, but instead of kind of like having an amp like the Boss Katana that kind of like has loads of inbuilt effects, you know, all different amp models, all different kind of things, Fender basically thought, well, let's just model two amps, the Fender Twin and the Fender Deluxe, and just get them as close as we can to the originals, and just put it out as a Deluxe Reverb, you know, but it's digital instead of it having the valves in the back. And they nailed it, in my opinion. This is absolutely perfect. This is absolutely on the nail. It's perfect. It's hit the head and hit the nail on the head. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not here because of the intro jam, but this amp is incredible. It absolutely blows my mind, and I love it so much. And I've been playing for it far too much. Far too much? That's the wrong line, isn't it? Moron. Anyway, maybe I've been playing far too much loud. I don't know. Too much of a chagrin in my ears. But anyway, but it's not too loud. So anyway, let's talk about the features. So it's two channels, but you can only use one at a time. I haven't experimented with daisy chaining yet. I don't know if you can do that. It doesn't say anything in the manual about not doing it, but I'm just hesitant to try it. I don't want to kill it. So you've got a normal channel, which is just volume, bass, and treble. Yeah, just does what it does on the tin. I used that on the unboxing channel. Unboxing video. My God, you see I'm proper with it today. I won't be using it in this video though. Well, maybe, I don't know. I highly doubt it. I mean, I haven't plugged into the normal channel since I did the unboxing because of the vibrato channel. So the vibrato channel is volume, treble, bass, but you also have a reverb and you also have a tremolo as well with speed and intensity dials. You can hear me messing around with it in the intro jam. So that's the front panel, and it just looks like a Deluxe Reverb. If it wasn't for the little Tone Master plaque in the bottom right corner, which you can't see, it's out of the way, you would never know that wasn't a real Deluxe Reverb. It's just no way. It looks identical. Everything about this amp is identical to a real Deluxe. It's incredible. So on the back panel, you've got an attenuator that takes you from the full 22 watts of Deluxe Reverb. So Deluxe Reverbs, you know, because they're 22 watts, you can wind them up. And it takes you down to like 0.1 of a watt. Basically like nothing. I've been running it on, I forget what it is, but it's basically a notch above basically the quietest attenuation. So like, you know, it's kind of like a little switch that has notches, and it goes from all the way over here to all the way over there. and I've basically got it kind of all the way down but one up, and I forget what it is. I think that's like 0.5 of a watt. And the reason I've got that is because I adore this amp with the volume on 10 because it has that breakup, as you heard in the intro. And I say we're going to plug the RTL through it in a bit and let you hear it with humbuckers, because it just does. It's Peter Green. It just does that Peter Green thing, and it's just heavenly. But yeah, so it's got that. It's got the attenuator on the back, which just works like a charm. It's just incredibly perfect. And then you've got a line out as well, which again is amazing. You've got a line out with two switches, and line out with one switch, and 3 positions. So you've got a dial you can adjust the level with. The DI out is an XLR, it's not a jack. And then you've got a switch that goes from 0, 1, and 2. 0 is just a flat EQ of the amp, it's just how you've got the amp set. Number 1 is an IR set up to be, if I remember correctly, a dynamic mic, and position number 2 is an IR set to be a ribbon mic. I haven't tried the position 1 and 2. I have tried the flat position 0, and that was just, it's like you're hearing the amp. It's bizarre, but it's totally, you don't have to worry about it, which is so cool. And also on the back as well, you've got 2 switches, one for on and off, one for mute. And the mute, when you engage the mute, the line out, the DI out still works, so you can use it for quiet recording. If you kind of like, say for instance, like if you're recording somewhere and you don't want to mic up the amplifier, but you don't want to spill or whatnot, you can just kind of like put the amp on mute and it'll still come through on the DI. So that's super cool. And that's it. It's got the neodymium, whatever how you say that thing, speaker in it. This amp is ridiculously light, as I'm sure people have seen. You can literally pick it up with one finger. It weighs nothing, and it's a proper Fender Deluxe. It really is, and it's just incredible how this thing sounds. It's absolutely incredible. It feels and sounds so much like a real Deluxe. It's just unreal. So anyway, people of Tube, that's enough waffle. Let me get to showing you what this thing sounds like, because it's just gorgeous. So we're going to plug in a couple of different guitars today, some pedals. I'm going to plug my pedalboard in. I'm also going to plug a tube screamer in. Well, I'm going to plug the Tone City green tube in at one point because, Stevie Ray Vaughan. I don't know if Stevie actually used the Deluxe. I don't think he did use the Deluxe. I've seen him with the Twins, but I don't know. Maybe he did plug into one at some point. I don't know. But either way, I'm going to plug it in just, as a homage to him, and do some Texas shuffly stuff. I'm going to do some Peter Green stuff, hopefully, and I'm going to do some ambient stuff as well with just the reverb. I'm going to plug straight into the amp and just crank the reverb and just do it clean. So yeah, and I'll say, on the intro jam, you heard the volume at 10, the treble was at 3, bass was at 3, reverb was at 4, the speed was at 3, but the intensity I was kind of messing around with. It's ended up on 6, but I'm going to put it back down to about 4 now. And basically I just have the reverb and the vibrato engaged all the time, because when you really dig into this thing, vibrato sound of the tremolo vibrato thing, it goes away. When you're on full volume, it goes away, but when you turn the volume down, it comes back in, and I love that. It's so cool. Really, I love that. So anyway, people of the Tube, that's enough waffle. Let's get back into playing with the Fender Deluxe Reverb Tone Master, and let's go spacey first. Let's go relax. I'm kind of there. Before we go crazy and distorted, let's go calm. Okay, people with tubes. So we're going to move on to pedals now. All the things you've heard so far are just straight into the amp. I'm in heaven here. So what we've got now is I've plugged in the Tone City pedals green tube pedal into the amp, and I say we're going to do kind of like some. We're going to attempt to do something Stevie Ray Vaughan-esque, and fail miserably because who can do Stevie Ray Vaughan? Anyway, so green tube pedals, the only pedal in the line. Going into my Hondo 2, and the amp. I've got the amp turned down a bit. So far, the amp's been cranked. Apart from the clean thing, I did the ambient-y thing. That was on the volume was on about 4 for that. Well, actually, sorry, I'll tell a lie. It was about 2 for that. But at this point in time, it's on 8. It was on 10. So volume's on 8, trebles on 8, bass is on 4, reverb's on 3. And vibrato is just turned down to 1. It is on, the circuit's on, but there's no actual vibrato if it's turned down. Anyway, so I think it does do a bit of ghosting, but again, I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, so I'm going to start with the pedal off and then turn it on at some point. You'll definitely hear it turn on because I've got it on full blast. Apart from the tone, which is all the way down. Anyway, let's play. Okay, people tube. Last film I want to show you today is how this thing takes multiple pedals. So I've plugged my pedal board in here, which you'll see is behind me in a minute. And I'm just going to go through them, basically just kind of messing around and letting you hear it. So we're still into the vibrato channel. Like I say, the normal channel I just don't use. It is great, but again, not having reverb, it's a bit sterile for me. And I don't really like it as much. So I'm always in the vibrato channel, which makes me very happy. So the attenuation is off now. So I'm on the full 22 watts because of the pedal board. So I've got the volume turned down. It's actually at 2.5, but I'm not sure if that might change for the levels on the camera. I ain't checked them yet. But I've got volume down, the treble's at 6, bass is all the way off, reverb's at 3, and vibrato is off at this point in time. Yeah, and then we'll talk a bit more about this before we finish the vid. So, anyway, let's do some more noises. Okay, people, tube. There you go. I'm totally exhausted. That's the Fender Deluxe Reverb Tone Master amp, and it's utterly fabulous, my dears. It's amazing. I love this thing. It's so cool. It was never going back. As soon as that unboxing video was done, I always knew this amp was going to stay. And I'm so glad it did. I love it. It's totally different to what my normal kind of like... It's different to what my normal kind of setup sounds like, if that's the way. It's a different tone. I like that. This pairs really nicely with the orange CL120, and if I ever get to gig again, whenever that might be, I would love to run this and the orange at the same time in stereo. It'd be immense, because this brings up kind of like the high end, whereas the orange is really big and fat in the mid-range and the low end. This kind of has the high end, and it kind of like... It just brings it up a little bit more and gives it a bit of sparkle, and it's so cool when you hear them in stereo. I might show you that one day in another video, but it's not going to be today because I'm dead. I have just... I'm a bit worn out. I'm sweating as well. It's all good. It's all good. Anyway, people of the tube, let me know what you thought. The Fender Deluxe Reverb Tone Master. I'm in love with it. Absolutely just... It feels like a real Deluxe to me. It is a real Deluxe. You know what I mean? Let's not be silly about the way we're saying that. It is a Deluxe Reverb. You know, it looks the part. It sounds the part. So it is the part. You know what I mean? What's that thing? If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a duck. Well, this one looks and sounds like a Deluxe, so it must be a Deluxe. I love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, Fender nailed this. Absolutely nailed it. I would love to try the Twin at some point as well. I'd love to try the Fender Twin. But for this point in time, I'm very happy with this. Yeah, and it's going to go back to my normal settings of everything. Well, volume on 10, bass and treble on 3, reverb on 4, and vibrato on a little bit. Yeah, utterly amazing. Utterly amazing amplifier. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope the sounds have come across okay. We're just miking with the SM57 off the grill. We're not close miking or anything like that, so it's a bit further away from the speaker. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, everybody, and I'll see you again for another one very soon. Have a great morning, afternoon, and good evening. And thank you very much indeed. Goodbye now. Thank you.